Okay, so we're in 91.3 of the exercises, and what they want me to do, this problem number 1 is to revert this series. They want me to revert it, so I'll go to the whiteboard and I'll explain what a reversion is for this, all right? So let me go to the whiteboard. These are a little bit tedious, but stay tuned. So what do you get over here? Y equals, I got to copy it down from my notes. This is x plus, and then we'll do the work. Make sure I copy the right problem, right? Plus 7x4. This is a series, it goes on forever. What I'm going to do now is revert it. And to revert it, I'm saying that x equals some multiple of y. I just don't know what that is. Plus some multiple of y squared. I just don't know what that multiple is. Plus some multiple of y cubed. I just don't know what that multiple is. Plus some multiple of y4. And this goes on forever, by the way. But what's nice about the problem, they just want me to do 4 terms. So what I have to do is, I got to make a substitution and do it. And then I'm going to equate coefficients. So I want to point out really what I'm looking to do. And I want to point out what I'm looking to do. I'm going to take this y here and plug it in over here. Now someone says, you already did that. Well, not that version of y. I want this version of y to go in there. So let me write that down for you. And this is the part, it's painful to write down, but you would get x equals a times whatever the y is. And the y is x plus 3x squared plus 5x3 plus 7x4. And by the way, let me repeat this. We're going to stop at 4 terms. I'm only going to write 4 terms down. Then it's going to be the b times x plus 3x squared plus 5x cubed plus 7x4 squared. That's what makes this a nightmare. C, x, 3x squared plus 5x cubed plus 7x4 cubed. Oh, these are plus, I'm sorry. D, x, 3x squared, 5x cubed, plus 7x4 to the 4th power. Let me just push this up a little bit. I'm going to need some work. And my goal is to find out what A, B, C, and D. I don't know what they are. What I do know, on the left side, I have 1x. That's all I have there. So on the right side, is there any term that would just have an x in it? And there is. It comes from the first row. It would just be ax. So what does this tell me? It tells me A would have to be the number 1. That's done, and that's important to me. Okay, I'm going to go to the next thing. So after x, what comes next? X squareds. Are there any x squareds on the left-hand side? There are none. What do you get on the right-hand side as far as squares go? Well, you're going to get 3ax squared from the first row. From the second row, when you square that, you're only going to get bx squared. All right, I got to do the work now. What I got? I see 0. I'm equating coefficients. A is 1, so I see 3. And then I see plus b. So now I know what b is. What's b? B is minus 1. All right? By the way, they get more difficult as time goes on. I'm sorry, b is minus 3. I don't know why I said minus 1. That's wrong. Why is that? 3 plus minus 3 is 0. All right, I got to go to the next term. And what do I know about that? There are no cubes. From the first row, do you get any cubes? You do. You get 5a x cubed. From the second row, do you get any cubes? Well, I want to write this down for you. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for you, but if there's going to be a cube, it only comes from these 2 terms over here. Now what would you get over there? If I wrote that down, it would be x times 3x squared, or it could be 3x squared times x. How many would that give you? It would give you 6. So that would be 6b. Then I got to put the c down, right? I'm sorry, this is x cubed. Are there any cubes from the c row? And there is. It's going to be cx cubed. There's none coming from the fourth row. So I got to write this down now. I'm equating coefficients. 0 equals 5a, which is 5, plus 6b, which is minus 18, plus c has to be 0. And looking at that, that doesn't look too bad to me. It looks like c is going to be 13. We'll check it with the answer key later. All right, it gets more difficult. I'm not saying it doesn't. But now what I'm going to do is I got to get these fourth degree terms. And there are none on the left side. Are there any on the right side? Yeah, 7a x4. All right, let me get my eraser out. Erase this over here. And then, I know it's difficult, but I got to write this down. I got the b part now, right? I'll put this over here. And I got to figure it out. And I'm looking for fourth powers, right? So I'm going to say, you know, x plus 3x squared plus 5x cubed. And we're squaring it, aren't we? All right, so what are the possibilities over here? Well, it could be x times 5x cubed. It could be 5x cubed times x, and it could be 3x squared times 3x squared. So that gives you 5, 10, 19, x4. All right, let's keep going. Boy, this is going to be a tough one, isn't it? Let me erase this over here. And I'm moving on to the C part now, aren't I? I'll write this over here. Whoops. Plus C times something, right? This is a Q problem, isn't it? X plus 3x squared, and we're cubing it, right? Now someone says, why don't you put in the 5x cubed down? Well, there's no way that was going to give me a 4 in that list. All right? So I'm looking for a 4. So it could be x, 3x squared. It could be x, 3x squared, x. It could be 3x squared, x and an x. That gives me 9. Let's go to the last guy. Last guy is probably the easiest one there. It's just simply dx4. All right, I got to do this now. It's painful, but I got to do it. 0, I'm equating coefficients. What's 7a? 7. Oh boy, 3 times 19. It's minus, right? That's what b is. 30 and 27, 57, right? 9 times 13, 90 and 27, 117. Plus d. Let's keep going. 0 equals minus 50 plus 117 plus d. 0 equals 67 plus d. What's d? D is minus 67. All right, I think I can go to town on it now. What am I going to do? Write it down. And let's make sure we can do x equals y minus 3y plus 13y squared minus 67. Wait a second, this is square. Sorry about that. That's a cube. I'll clean it up though. Give me a second. X equals y minus 3y squared plus 13y cubed minus 67y4. By the way, I know these are difficult problems. I still want to check it with the key. I kid you not. And I hope I didn't make any mistakes. And what did they write down? X equals y minus 3y squared. Whoops. Oh, you know what? I made a typo in the notes. This is 13y cubed, though. And this is minus 67. So I got to correct my key, by the way. But that's the correct answer there. Sorry about that. I'll correct the notes, though.